Kagoshima. This is organic Fukamushi cha, which means it is a deep steamed tea. Steaming is generally around 30 seconds. This one is going to be more like a minute and a half. Could be 2 minutes. I had this as a weekly brewed tea yesterday, and although it has in the brewed tea several notes that I would normally compare to edamame, this does not smell like yabukita. So we're gonna do this as Sencha dough, so very potent in how we brew it. I need 5 grams in a perfect world. Fortunately, I have a little bit from yesterday. Okay. Water. 50 grams. It's too hot right now, so let's chat. Yeah, I kind of just misspoke. I mean, the way that the dried tea smells, it's very fruity. It's very like passion fruit. It's very bright. It's very sweet smelling. It's very yellow. That is not a very normal characteristic of yabukita, which makes me believe it's something else. So Kagoshima, although they do grow yabukita, I don't think that they grow a lot of it. It's not the major cultivar down there. Those are things like Yutaka Midori and maybe Oku Midori as well. Maybe I'm wrong for that part, but in any case, this is coming from OritaEn, and this is part of the Global Japanese Tea Association's tasting set that they sent to us. I think I'm supposed to have this with them on camera as part of the event. However, it's happening at 1 in the morning for me, so it's not that practical. So when I was recording the aroma of the tea yesterday, I noted that if you were to put the tea leaf into a container with water, it's going to lose the freshness, lose the sweetness, and then it gets this kind of fatty green aroma. And when you brew it as a weaker sort of Sencha style, it was very well balanced. It had a short finish. That was the negative that I would give to it. All of the metrics were kind of like average, in like 5 out of 10 power, 5 out of 10 concentration, 5 out of 10 weight. Finish was short, as I said, but when I talk about the color, Japanese tea often falls in this color. It's called Natane Iro. It's a type of a greenish yellow. Because it's a Fukamushi tea, you get this kind of appearance. Wow. It's quite powdery. So you need to have a fine strainer if you want to keep as much of that powder as you can from getting in your cup. So if you use a teapot, it can clog it up. So usually tokoname style teapots, they have a strainer that's kind of similar to this. It's not a clay ball strainer. Very hazy. You cannot see through the tea, so its clarity is it's not clear. Aroma was powerful. I would say pungent green. There was a fishiness to it, and I would say initially that was like dried salmon, and then I went to fishy broccoli, and then steamed salmon, and this is steamed to the point where it becomes flaky, kind of overcooked. Then there's an edamame aroma, kind of sweet, and it's that kind of sweet aroma plus the fishiness that brought me into a very special kind of flavor set. And that is called Sakura Iro Denbu. It is a sushi seasoning for rolls, makizushi. It's, I don't know, it's a weird flavor because it's like sweet fish. It's very pink. I had it only once, and that was quite recently, like a few months ago, and I thought, this is bizarre. Like sweet, this flavor of fish plus sweetness, it didn't make sense to me. My wife thought it's too sweet. My daughter didn't like it. She ended up throwing it in the garbage. So I think this kind of smells fishy and sweet like that. Now, on the other hand, like the dead ringers for me, when I would say a tea is yabukita, I would say it is like broccoli, especially from Shizuoka. It is like edamame beans, first and foremost. There is generally something like a basil aroma. This didn't have it. But the broccoli, edamame, and a pungency. There's a certain pungency behind the aroma of yabukita. And this has three of those things, but I smelling the tea leaf, I don't think it is. I would be surprised if it was. The second infusion of it was kind of like mayonnaise. It was kind of, if you took green onion and you cooked it, and you mix that with cooked basil, so that the aromatics of those onion and basil and the sharpness is kind of taken away, and then you mix that in with mayonnaise. I would imagine that's how the second pot smelled. But the flavor was watery. It's kind of as you expect in a tea like this, that the first pot is all you really get. You could see a very big rift opening up in how you would describe like the mid palate. So you drink it, there's flavor, all of a sudden the flavor disappears, and then there's a bit of a finish. But the finish is still short, because the finish was never good. I dip my finger into the water because I'm testing the temperature. If I can hold it in there for a couple seconds, I think that it's not 60 degrees. 60 degrees is like an instant reaction for me. I gotta pull it out. But I don't really feel that much pain. I think I'm right around the right temperature that I need. So, Alexa, start a timer for 2 minutes.
2 minutes, starting now.
So 5 grams, 50 milliliters. That is a ratio of 1 to 10. I don't really know what to expect. In a way, I kind of hope that the fishiness is not there. Although it was interesting, it'd be nicer if this was fruitier. It'd be nicer if this was more similar to how the dried leaf smells, in that passion fruity chocolate kind of way. I didn't say chocolate earlier, but because it's not like chocolate. It's not like brown chocolate and what you normally associate. But working with the chefs I've worked with over the years, I found there's a French company that's called Valrhona. And Valrhona makes flavored chocolates. They could be strawberry, they could be passion fruit, etc. The passion fruit chocolate is amazing. It is I believe it's a white chocolate, and that has passion fruit, probably dehydrated and mixed in with it. In any case, the chocolate is quite amazing and very delicious, very passion fruity, but there's also this buttery aspect that you would associate with chocolate in there too. The cocoa butter and then the sugar, the sweetness. I would say that the aroma of the dried leaf was kind of like that. Not a lot of aroma, actually. Alexa, stop. Let's say warm, it's powerful, it's green, it's a little sweet, but I wouldn't commit to saying passion fruit, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know. The leaf, can't really describe. We get the color. Not much I can say about the smell. The bitterness is too much. It's not bad. It's like, it's very direct. It's like an arrow. It's being shot. It's a big arrow. There's a lot of flavor that's coming along with it. I want to compare it to Overwatch, Hanzo's dragon, his ultimate shot. There's a lot of flavor around that arrow, very close to it, but it zooms by so quickly that you can't really touch it. You can't really sense it. There's a flower that they serve alongside sushi and sashimi in Japan pretty often. And I think it's called oba. No, that's not it. It might be it. It's yellow. It is... No, I think it's called kiku, actually. Kiku. It's bitter. It's fragrant. It's similar to this. There is that same level of flavor in that flower as there is in this tea. There's a roasted note in here that there's a tea I was selling last year. Yutaka Midori, also from Kagoshima, from Eicho in the south, the old city of Ei. And it was a Sencha. It was Fukamushi as well. Yeah. This Eicho Sencha, it was more like coffee to me, but the roast note was the same. And then if I think about it, actually, there's a lot that's similar. Not the fishiness in the other version, but the fruitiness in the dried leaf as well. Yeah, it's like a big wall of flavor comes at you. quickly, zooms by, leaves this trail of floral bitterness, and it's not like astringency as in how it dries your mouth, but there's a flavor there that I would associate with astringency. I don't know. I understand that astringent is not a flavor, it's a mouthfeel. There's a cooling green aspect to it. If I was to write about its graph here, say everything is 7 out of 10 except finish, which is 6. It's not that long. The tea can be much stronger than this. This was alright, but yeah, I guess that's it for today. Thanks for watching.